Hello everyone, and welcome to a special spin-off edition of the podcast. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We are going to be playing a tabletop role-playing game. Games like Dungeons & Dragons, GURPS, so on and so forth. And what the system we'll be using is actually a special homebrewed Zelda system. So without further ado, let's meet our players.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I will be playing this tabletop game, but I forgot my tabletop.
Okay, well, what character are you playing?
I'm playing Sigil, which means stealth in a language, and he's an old man Sheikah.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I will be playing Noire, which is a Rito character.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel. I will be playing Trouse, my cockery tank, for lack of a better word.
And I am Glen, and I will be the sage, or in other systems, the GM, for this game. So, if you're not familiar with tabletop RPGs, basically you have a group of players, and then one person's... It's kind of like a video game. One person is basically plays the role of the computer. And so I come up with the story and play the NPCs and all of that. But, it's fueled by imagination, not binary code that's either if or else. So, basically anything can happen is what I'm saying. So, without further ado, let's get started. The campaign starts as such. You stand in a large crowd gathered in the center of town. Standing shoulder to shoulder with your fellow townsfolk, you overhear fragments of hushed conversations. As the assembly waits for the mayor to arrive, a sense of foreboding fills the air. It's not like Mayor Gradle to call a town meeting unless something is wrong. It's not long before the mayor arrives. He's a large Hylian man, perhaps in his mid-50s. As usual, he wears a stern, stoic expression. Without hesitation, he steps onto a bench and looks over the crowd. "Is everybody here?" he asks plainly, his voice cutting through the crowd's mustitation. After briefly surveying the crowd to see if anyone is missing, he clears his throat and begins to speak. "I apologize for calling you away from your work, but this is a matter that affects all of us," the mayor says grimly. He continues saying, "I'm sure many of you have already noticed. The river that is so integral to our livelihoods is beginning to dry up." Members of the audience begin looking back and forth uneasily. "We need to send someone to investigate the headwaters to get to the bottom of this. Any volunteers?"
I can maybe help out. I'm not very big, but
I'm imagining like this. You're just hearing this sound from the back of the crowd, and no one can see who's speaking.
Yes. I'm raising my hand. However, of course, it's not able to make it above most of the heads of people.
Looks like he's got it.
Yes. Gradle stares over the crowd. Who's saying that? The crowd parts a little bit to let you step forward.
Hi, my name is, I walk towards the front of the crowd. My name is, Trouse, and, I am willing to help if I can.
Thank you. You're not from around here, are you? He says. Clearly unfamiliar with Kokiri. They're not very common, despite this being in the forest. It's not very common for them to leave their, forest abode.
Oh, I'm a Kokiri, and I'm here on some important business for the leader of my group. You may have heard of him. His name is the Great Deku Tree. And, I'm just passing through. But if you need help and it involves nature, then I'm probably your guy.
He nods and says, "Well, I thank you for your for stepping forward and putting your neck out for a bunch of people you hardly even know. Your fairy companion, Kokiri, all get fairy companions just out of character. Your fairy companion, Lindley, rolls her eyes and says, "Yeah, he's just like that. Don't pay it. Don't act like this is nothing out of the usual for him."
What is my fairy's name?
Lenli. Lenli.
Okay.
I probably should have sent you an email or something about that, but I did all this at the last second.
Oh, perfectly fine. I just wanted to write it down in my stuff so I would know who to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got it on my character sheet now. So yeah, I guess did you say he was on like a stage or anything, or is he just kind of
standing on a bench so everyone can see him?
Okay, so I just kind of walk over next to the bench and like adjust my belt a little bit and just face the crowd and just wait now.
Well, I appreciate your courage. It's dangerous to go alone, especially for someone so.
Take this.
What? he looks up. Who said that?
Oh, that was out of character.
Okay.
That was just me. I couldn't help myself with that Zelda reference there.
Where is that disembodied voice coming from?
Is anyone willing to come along? Because
come on.
I'm kind of small. I'm willing to help out, but I'm a small fellow.
No. I do not want to help you, little man.
That's okay.
Okay. Well,
I suppose if there's any coin involved, I could lend a hand.
What's a coin?
Rupees.
He means rupees.
Oh.
That colorful jingly substance.
Well, we can't offer you any money, but, everyone here's, like, it's going to completely destroy our economy if we don't have that river, because, we use it to transport logs and then the power of the sawmill and all that stuff, so, there will be less money here if there's no river.
Well, business has been slow, so I suppose.
All right.
It would hinder the sawmill, you say?
Yeah.
My Sheikah peepsies, they use the sawmill stuff, so now maybe I'm interested in helping you. I think we better get this taken care of.
All right. Good. I was afraid we were going to have to start putting names in hats. All right, the rest of you can get back to work, he says, dismissing them. And so he turns to you, gesturing to another large Highland man, tells you that follow Nasu here to his blacksmith and get yourself equipped.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'd recommend you spend the rest of the day preparing for the journey ahead. You can leave tomorrow. He then, bids you farewell and goes about his business. Nasu gestures that you follow him. Do you?
Is his name Nasu or Natsu?
Yes. Nasu.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll follow. I follow along.
As long as his name is Nasu, I will follow.
Okay. All right. So, when you arrive at the smithy, sorry, I have box text. So if you're not familiar, box text is the stuff you read. That's all the flavor text that sets the scene. Mm-hmm. If I maybe went a little overboard, so if the box text gets a little bit too much, just let me know and I'll try to summarize it instead. I got very carried away for some of the side quests. So the smith's shop is a small stone building with an outdoor forge. Nasu, the shop's proprietor, opens the door and gestures for you to enter, saying, "It's hard to get any work done if you don't have the proper tools. Please, come in." Inside, the tools of the smith's trade are neatly organized along the walls, both on shelves and hanging from hooks with silhouettes of each tool painted on the wall to mark where each implement belongs. Scattered around the shop with considerably less care are the smith's various projects: axe blades, saws, hammers, and farm tools. Some appear to be works in progress, others are awaiting repair, and some, you presume, are finished and simply waiting for their owners to return and claim them. Nasu leads you to the back of the shop, past all of the aforementioned items, to a small collection of weapons. Ah, here they are, he says with a wide grin. The missus thought I was being ridiculous when I made these, but with how peaceful it is around here. Still, you never regret having them when things take a turn for the worse, huh? He makes a sweeping gesture with his arm towards a collection of short swords and spears. These here should suffice. Go ahead and pick one you like. You also see, just a little ways away, some larger swords, what appears to be a long sword and a two-handed sword.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember. A short sword is what I can use in one hand, right, since I'm small?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'll definitely be getting a short sword and a shield. Does he have shields available?
Yes, he does. There are some wooden shields scattered around as well.
I thought tank people were generally not strong.
Well, that's the whole point of his character. It's to be a comedic contradiction.
Right.
Were there bows here?
No, there are no bows here.
All right.
Can you tell me about that long sword, Mr. Nas?
Nasu. More box text. Oh, those? Sorry, but I can't let you take those. It's not that I don't trust you, it's just I never got around to sharpening them. You see, I've heard the best swordsmiths use a special kind of whetstone to sharpen their blades. After all the work I put into those buttes, I'd really like to finish the job right, you know? I asked Laro to order one, but when they were unloading it from the barge, those clumsy porters dropped it in the river. I suppose if you somehow could fish it out of the river, I could have those swords ready for you by the time you left tomorrow morning.
Well, the river's drying up, so it should be pretty easy to get to the bottom of it.
I mean, there's still plenty of water in the river. It's just
but it's pretty dry.
So the shield that I got, does that count as a small shield or a medium shield?
It's a wooden shield, and I'm not really sure. Let me see what wooden shields. I'm not even sure shields have a size.
Yeah, so I'm down in the generic combat equipment stats section of the manual, and in armor and shields there are sizes for shields. There's small, medium, large, and tower.
It would be about the size of the Ordon shield, so it would be small.
Okay. So 1/4 heart, whatever that means.
That if you block with it, it reduces damage by 1/4 of a heart, even if you're unsuccessful in your block. I think a successful block completely negates damage. And then unsuccessful block, you still negate some damage.
Cool beans!
So, when do you guys pick up a short sword or a short spear?
Just give me the long sword, no more yappering.
I told you it's not going to be much use to you in its current state.
Well,
you're not much use to me in your current state.
Gentlemen, if we need to help him by getting a whetstone for him, we could take care of that.
You would? Well, that'd be great. I'm not sure how you're going to get out of the river, but yeah, if you can do that, I certainly would be willing to do that for the village. He says, looking at Sigil incredulously.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
All right. Well, it's out by the pier. If you need to, if you want to go give it a shot.
So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and step out, and then I'm gonna turn and call Lindley. Lindley!
What?
Hi!
Yes, hello.
Do you have any ideas about getting something off of the bottom of the river?
Gee, I mean, don't think you... I don't know. How big is this whetstone?
That's a good question. I'll go ask.
Uh-huh.
Poke my head back in. Excuse me, Nasu. How big of a whetstone we talking? Like hand size, or handheld whetstone, or more of the kind of the grindy, pedally sort of kind?
It's not a grind wheel, but yeah, it's about as wide across as a grind wheel.
Okay, so we're looking at needing to crane it out or something, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Lindley, it's like we're gonna need like a crane or something for it. What do you think?
Well, I don't think we have time to build a crane, but maybe if we had like some rope or something, we could pull it out.
Does anyone know Mage Hand?
that would only work for a couple pounds anyway. If it existed in this world.
I know that there is a spell called like Child's Hand that basically is kind of like Mage Hand, but yeah.
Mr. Natsu, do you have any a rope, cable, chain, anything like that we can maybe use to tie onto it and fish it out?
He strokes his chin and thinks thoughtfully. Yeah, I might have some lying around. Let me go check the back. And he walks off. A little later, he comes back with a length of rope. I think chain would be preferable, but unfortunately, I don't have that much.
Okay. Meanwhile, who in our group is good at swimming?
Oh, swimming. Probably the bird.
Would that fall under athletics, Glen?
Yes, that would.
Okay. So would that be an athletics agility or an athletics brawn test?
Let me see if the rules say anything about swimming.
Because the attribute for athletics says BAG, so I guess it just depends on what kind of test it is, what attribute it uses, which is neat.
I'm gonna say agility. Yeah, I'm gonna say agility.
Okay, so I have a total of 3 if we're talking agility for swimming. Mm-hmm. So what do other people have so we can try to figure out who should swim down and tie this thing on?
I have 2 athletics, 2 agility with 2 athletics.
Okay, so you're
so
definitely...
the bird actually would be the best swimmer.
Go figure. I've done a couple laps in my day.
Okay, and that's Sigil, right? So what's or no, and then what's Noire's athletics and agility?
Noire is the bird.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What's Sigil's?
Oh, I've got 3 plus some acrobatics. If that helps. If you need any tricks done in the water.
Okay. So who here thinks they could probably swim the best?
I suppose I can do it.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
I was about to say, don't talk all at once. Are you sure you're up for? I mean, I know you swim through the air, but water?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll swim anywhere.
Okay.
Air streams, jet streams, water streams. I'll do it all.
All right. Mr. Nazu, where exactly is your whetstone?
I told you it's by the pier.
Okay. So, sorry, I occasionally don't pay very good attention.
Lindley just nods behind you.
Sometimes people ask me yes, no questions, and I can't remember which answer I should say to not have them repeat everything again.
Noire, are you looking at a weapon?
I suppose I'll take the short sword if you don't have anything with more range.
Range. Oh, you mean like a bow?
Yes.
Nah, I'm not much of a bow. You're gonna have to go talk to the hunters if you want one of those.
Where are the hunters located?
He gives you directions to the hunter's shack.
Okay, I guess I'll do that while we're out by the pier.
Mm-hmm.
Very convenient that the shack is by the pier.
Yeah, what are the odds, eh?
How else would they do their bow fishing?
I was imagining it was like on the north end of this town on the edge of the woods, but okay, sure.
You didn't specify, so we
Fair enough.
get to say. We get to say.
I was looking at it and seeing like, maybe I'll get a bow too, just in case I want it. And then I realized it's agility based and I have nothing in range, so I get one.
I mean, if you want.
Now, question: if I threw a boulder at someone, is that gonna be ranged agility or ranged brawn?
I think that's
the real
ranged
question.
brawn. I think throwing is ranged brawn.
Very cool. Okay.
If
Sigil
you
walks
throw
out
a boulder
and
at
heads to the
somebody,
pier
that will
because-
be impressive.
Well, I think I am the brawniest person here, which is great.
Sigil grows impatient and walks out and heads to the pier.
Okay. I guess we're going, Mr. Nazu. We'll return at a later time.
All right, looking forward to it.
And then I follow Sigil.
So is the only one who picked up any equipment? Sorry, Nathaniel.
Trouse. Yeah.
Trouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I took a short sword for the time being.
All right.
I got a short sword and a shield, and I guess he wasn't offering armor, was he?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. And when I was looking in the rule book, it was essentially like armor needs to be custom made for individual races, and it's like, well, that makes sense. Also, there's probably not going to have Cockery armor just kicking around.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You might want to ask around.
Yeah.
I should probably have Lindley say that as your hint fairy. Anyway, so you reach the pier and you see the down in the water as looks to be about maybe 12 feet deep.
12 feet deep. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not going in there. I'm teeny.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
bear in
I got
mind this is just you're a little ways off the shore, so it's not as deep as it would be in the middle of the river.
Okay. And he did give us rope, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, because he said he would rather use chain, but he didn't have much chain. But then I didn't hear that he actually gave us the rope. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we have how many feet of rope do we have?
I'd say about 20.
Okay, so not enough that we could essentially like tie someone off and let them like have a lifeline while also tying it on to the. I mean, unless it was tied to them in the middle and then they tied it onto the thing. But anyway, we can figure that out later.
I like that idea.
Okay, so are we gonna deal with the whetstone now, or talk to the hunters?
Let's just get the whetstone. Get the heavy stuff out of the way.
Okay. So let's tie this rope off on something and then tie it to you, and then you can jump in.
Sounds like a plan.
Who here is good in knot tying?
Sigil already tied the knot to the pier by the time that what was your name again, Nathaniel?
Trouse.
Trouse finished talking.
Apparently Sigil's good at tying knots. Good. Does he need to roll for that at all, Glenn, or is that just good to go?
Say not for just like a regular knot. Maybe if I were doing like for a more extreme circumstance, I would have him roll tools. But nah, for this, nah.
Good.
All right.
I guess I'm jumping in.
All right. So you have the rope tied around you, and you're gonna dive down into the water.
Yep.
Okay. So
And I will be watching, and I'll be waiting and watching closely to see if he needs to be pulled back up.
Yeah, so make me a, I'm going to say, make me an athletics check using your agility.
Noire.
Okay. Yep. So what do I roll for that one?
Okay, so in this system, the way it works is that you add your stat to your, the ability score to your skill. And
okay,
that's how many 6-sided die you roll.
And that's how many 6-sided die you roll. And then, however many you get at 4 or above, that is the number of successes you have. And if you have enough successes, so it's kind of like a coin flip, really.
Okay, I gotcha. So if I have 2 agility and 2 athletics, then I will roll 4 6-sided die.
Yes.
Okay. I got 1.
Okay, that's sufficient. You swim all the way down to the bottom.
All right. Good deal.
All right, so you see the whetstone. It's not hard to miss. It looked like it fell as they were unloading it from the boat, as stated. So, what do you do now?
I'm going to tie the rope around the boulder.
Boulder, you mean the whetstone?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Since you are underwater, I will have you make a tools check.
Oh,
will that be smarts or agility based since he's underwater?
I'm going to say agility because tools in the rules, the online rules page has a question mark next to it, so I think it's whatever I need it to be. So make it agility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got one success.
That's good enough.
Yay!
Okay, so you untie it from your waist, and then you tie it around the whetstone.
Yep. And then I'm gonna swim back up.
Okay. So what do you say when you surface?
I make dolphin noises like Flipper. No.
Okay, we've already had our first joke. No.
All right, guys, I got it tied around the whetstone. I think it's we can start pulling it up.
Good. How about you climb up here and we'll pull it up together.
Sounds good.
All right.
I fly up there stylishly.
You find that quite difficult because you're wet.
Wet feathers.
So, you find yourself suddenly unable.
I don't have to fly high. It's just stylish.
Additionally, is there a good way out from the water without having to like fly out? Like, is there just like a shore nearby you can just climb up from?
It's a pier. I'm sure there's just a dock. We can probably just climb out.
I mean, there is a rope that's tied to the pier.
Noire stylishly pulls himself up on the dock.
There we go.
Just need to make an athletics brawn check to climb up.
Sure, why not?
I should keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, athletics brawn.
One success.
Yeah, it's not that far. Go ahead.
Cool.
Yay.
So pulling it out, I assume that's going to be athletics brawn, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I get 4 for that. Woo! So
And
I guess
the
we
rest
can
of
all
you
roll
can
together.
assist
How does that?
Yeah, just all roll together.
Glen, Can you tell me
Yes.
how to do this? I wasn't listening to the explanation you gave to Ryan.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you're going to take whatever your bronze score is, add it to your athletic score, and then roll that number of 6-sided dice.